This tutorial is for first grade, Module 2, Lesson 6. In this lesson, we're going to use number bonds to help us solve these equations. One of the key factors in this lesson is to notice the placement of the equal sign. If I look at my three equations running across the top here, I have an equal sign, and that means that everything on one side of the equal sign balances with everything on the other side of the equal sign. So 9 plus 6 has to balance or be the same as what's on the other side of the equal sign. In the middle problem, I have 15 on one side. It needs to balance with 9 plus another number. So the equal sign means that everything on one side is equal to everything else on the other side. In my last question, I know that 6 plus some number needs to balance with 15. So we need to think of that equal sign in terms of balancing both sides of the equal sign. Now let's look at our number bond. The number bond shows 15 as my whole. So I have a whole piece and I've broken it into two parts. And that's what a number bond does. It's a part-whole situation. So 15 is my whole, and in this case we've broken 15 into 9 and 6. Now let's use this whole and the two parts to help us solve these problems. In 9 plus 6, I am showing the two parts. 9 plus 6 gives me the whole, or 15. In the middle problem, I've been given the whole, which is 15, and one part, so I need to add the other part. 15 is the same thing as 9 plus 6. In the last question, I've been given one part and a missing part, and it needs to equal the whole. So 6 plus 9, the two parts together would give me the whole, which is 15. Let's look at the next question. This time my whole is 16. It's been broken into two parts, 7 and 9. 7 plus 9 makes 16. So we'll use this number bond to help us solve the equations. 7 plus 9, this would be part plus part. That means it equals the whole. 7 plus 9 equals 16. In the next question, I have my equal sign. This side needs to balance or be the same thing as this side. Well, 9 plus 7 would be 16 because those are the two parts. That means on this side of the equal sign, I need to put 16. 16 is the same thing as 9 plus 7. In my last equation, I have 9, which is a part, and a missing part, and it equals the whole of 16. Well, that missing part is 7. 9 plus 7 equals 16. So all of these equations can be solved using the same number bond. In the next problem, our whole is 13, and our two parts are 9 and 4. Looking at my first equation, it shows the two parts. 9 plus 4 would equal 13. In the next equation, I start with my whole. I have the whole of 13. What number would I combine with my 4 to equal that whole? Well, that would be 9. And in the last equation, I have the two parts that balance with the whole or equal the whole. 9 plus 4 equals 13. In the next section, I've been given two columns of expressions and I need to match the equal expressions. The first one has been done for us. 9 plus 3 is the same thing as 10 plus 2. If I think about this, when I take 1 away from my 3 and give it to the 9, that makes 10. And then I have 2 more left over, and that's 2. So 9 plus 3 is the same thing as 10 plus 2. They both equal 12. When I look at 5 plus 9, I think, how can I make a 10? Well, I could take 1 away from my 5, that would leave 4, and put that with the 9, that gives me 10. So 5 plus 9 is the same thing as 10 plus 4. Again, I took 1 away from the 5, that left 4. I combined that 1 with my 9, and that gave me the 10. We'll do the same thing for 9 plus 6. If I want to make my 10 first, I would take 1 away from the 6, that would leave 5. Put that 1 with the 9, and that gives me 10. So 9 plus 6 is the same thing as 10 plus 5. If I'm going to add 8 plus 9, I would take 1 away from the 8, that would leave 7. Combine that 1 with the 9 to give me 10. So 8 plus 9 is the same thing as 10 plus 7. To solve 9 plus 7, I would take 1 away from the 7, combine it with the 9, that would give me 10. So 9 plus 7 is the same thing as 10 plus 6. And finally, I have 9 plus 1. Well, 9 plus 1 is 10, so it would be the same thing as 10 plus 0. 10 is the same thing as 10 plus 0. And in the last section, I can use the various strategies that we've learned to make true addition sentences. 2 plus 10 would equal 12. I can picture this by starting at my 10 and counting up 2 more, 10, 11, 12. Going across, I have some number, and there's my equal sign, and it has to balance or be equal to the same thing as 10 plus 7. Well, 10 plus 7 is 17. So 17 balances with 10 plus 7. The next problem, I have 4 plus 9. I can break my 4 into 3 and 1. That allows me to make a 10. So 10 plus 3 is 13. If I think about 6 plus 10, I'm going to start at 10 and jump forward 6. That would give me 16. Here I have some number that needs to balance with 3 plus 9. Well, to solve 3 plus 9, I can break the 3 into 1 and 2. That means I can make a 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. So 12 balances with 3 plus 9. Here I have 14, and it needs to balance with 9 plus some other number. Well, if I think about my number line or my combinations that make 10, if I jump 1 hop, that will get me to 10, and then I would need to jump 4 more hops to get to 14. So altogether, I would hop 5. And you can see that again. If I have 9 plus 5, I can take 1 and combine it with the 9 to make 10, and then add 4 more, and that equals 14. So those are just examples of how you could solve these addition sentences. We would like the students to approach these problems in the ways that make sense to them.